In this video, we're going to talk about 7 reasons why you should not move to Fresno, California in 2026. Let's dive in. First thing on the list we're going to talk about is the extreme summer heat, guys. We are in a valley here. It is a desert-like valley, and it does exceed 100 degrees every single year in the summer months, sometimes for days on end and even weeks on end sometimes. So if you're not into the heat, if you're somebody who likes nice 60, 70 degree cool weather, this is probably not the place to move, just because you are going to have those heat waves in the summertime. And it may not be too fun. Now, speaking of fun though, there are a lot of things that people do here to kind of counteract the heat. People go floating down the river. A lot of the people here, homeowners, have swimming pools, which is great. We've got many water parks a couple of water parks nearby. You know, a lot of people travel during the summertime. A lot of people go hiking up in the mountains to get out of the summer heat. The coast is very close, so you can take day trips over there frequently if you want. So a lot of things to do to kind of mitigate the heat, but it's something you absolutely need to know about, so that's what we're here telling you. Second reason that you may reconsider moving here in the first place is the air quality, all right? So I've lived here for 28 years. I've seen good air quality, bad air quality, and basically everything in between living here. The air quality here is, overall, it's not bad most of the time, to be honest with you, but we are in a bowl. You know, we are in a valley here in California, Central California. So in the summertime, it can get a little thick with that summer heat. If there are any wildfires happening in the surrounding areas, you know, sometimes that poor air, you know, particles in the air can kind of get trapped here in the valley. So it's always nice to have a good rain to kind of clear out the air, let things be a little bit more lighter and airy, and you know, that's fantastic. So if you are someone who likes outdoor recreation, let's say you're an avid biker, avid runner, you know, it kind of limits the time of day you can do that. Sometimes in the mornings, the evenings might be a little warm, but you know, the mornings are when you might have to be out there. So if you like to get out in the middle of the day and go on a 10-mile bike ride or something, you could do it, but just be mindful of the air quality. All right, if you hate fantastic schools, right? This is an area that you probably shouldn't move, because the schools here are fantastic. They're very good. Clovis Unified is actually one of the nationally recognized districts. Some of the top rated schools around, guys. You know, I've got kids, I want them to go to that school district because how highly rated it is. If your kid's an athlete, they're ranked very high in athletics as well as academics, which is awesome. So if you don't have kids and you do not like a good school district, then you know, maybe this is not actually the place for you. All right, next reason on the list that you may or may not want to actually move to this area. Do you like a good deal on a house or a piece of real estate somewhere? If you do not like a good deal, if you like to overpay for property and you want to pay 2 to 3 times what homes cost here in other areas, then this wouldn't be the area for you, because here in the valley in Fresno, California, Fresno County and the surrounding areas, it is actually still quite affordable in relation to other areas of the state. If you move up to the Bay Area, you're gonna pay $1 million, $1.5 million for probably 700 to 800 square foot condo, if I had to guess. Down here, that same price gets you 4,000 square feet. You know, beautiful luxury home in a top-notch community with the best schools, everything, you know. So as far as value goes, bang for your buck, this is a place in one of the only places left in California, actually, where you can move beyond the west coast of the country. We're not coastal here, I'm not implying that. But we are on the west coast, and it's one of the most affordable places to live with everything around here that we've got. So if that's something you like, then maybe it is a place for you. But if you're like, nope, I absolutely want to overpay for my property, then this wouldn't be the place for you, all right? If you are looking for major job opportunity, this may or may not be the place to move, in all honesty. There's a lot of educational careers here. We have a lot of schools, a lot of college campuses, junior colleges, things like that. A lot of educational career paths, all right? Also, there is a heavy healthcare opportunity here. We've got Kaiser, we've got many community hospitals, we've got a heart hospital, we've got some private hospitals like St. Agnes. We've got many healthcare opportunities, tons of clinics, tons of healthcare opportunity here, all right? We've got some fantastic nursing programs. We've got a medical school here. I believe it's a DO program out in Clovis. In fact, I had a client whose daughter, actually they're from the Silicon Valley area, and my client's daughter chose to go to this medical school here in Clovis that we have. So they reached out to me and said, Casey, we need a place in Clovis. What they're going to do, what they actually ended up doing, not what they're going to do, what they did is they bought a home, sold them a home in Clovis. They're going to rent out the other rooms to the classmates to help make the mortgage payment. The parents have a room designated for them to come and stay here whenever they want to visit their daughter. And then once she graduates, that was a couple of years ago, so in about 2 more years or so, when she graduates and moves on in life, we're either going to list that home and sell it and they'll get their money out of it, probably make a little actually, or they will keep it as a long-term rental property. So there's always options here. I do want to say that there's always options here of things that you can do. But there is a medical school here. I got a little sidetracked, but that come to mind and I thought it's worth sharing. So, you know, I will say this though, and I can't speak for other areas of California or other states or anything for that matter, but I do know that here in Fresno, it is difficult to some degree to move here, you know, unless you have a degree, a master's, you know, at least a bachelor's. But with a high school diploma, it is very difficult to just go on Indeed, apply for a job, get hired on making like 30, 40 bucks an hour. That's difficult to do these days, all right? So depending on where you're at in life and what your goals are, it's difficult to come here and just get a job and start living life. Even though it's affordable, you still have to make a certain amount of money, as we all know. And it can be a challenge to find just a generic job to make way. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but check into that before you decide to move here. All right, by the way, if you are thinking about relocating to this area, reach out to us, send us a text, you know, let's set up a video call. It's nothing crazy, but let's become acquainted. Let me find out what you need, and I'll help you decide if this is the place for you or not, right? I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna try to hard sell you on buying something here today. Plus, even if you do decide to move here, it might be 1 year, might be 2 years. It's whenever you're ready, that's when we're ready, right? So we specialize in helping people relocate to the area. We do it all the time. So let us know if we can help you. All right, now with all of that, depending on where you're moving from, if you are looking to move to a place where you never have to drive your car, let's say you're hoping to move to a place where the grocery store is a walk away, you know, everything is walking distance, like, you know, New York, for example, right? Everybody walks everywhere, or you're taking a taxi. Now it would be an Uber, right? But if you're looking for a city that's kind of the small town feel, I park my car, I only take it out once in a while, I walk everywhere, this may not be the right place for you, because it's a quite car dependent city, okay? Many people here own multiple cars, actually. A lot of houses have 2-car garages. That's probably the most common, you know? It's not uncommon to find 3-car garages. You get up into the high price points here. People have 4 and 5-car garages, which is, I would love to have that just for the space, but I don't need that. I don't have 5 cars or anything. But people have that here because, you know, it is a car dependent city. So a garage is meant for the cars, right? A lot of people store a bunch of stuff in there that they don't even need. They leave their expensive cars sitting out in the driveway. That's fine if that is you, no judgment here. But I really think it's great to have a garage to park your cars in, and you will need at least 1 car if you can swing that, right? There is public transportation here. There's a city bus. You know, of course, we do have Uber and Lyft and you know, there are some taxi companies as well, believe it or not. So there is public transportation, but I just want that to be something that you're well aware of before making the decision to move here, that you most likely will have a car. It would make your life so much easier, and it would be more challenging and definitely more time consuming trying to walk everywhere here because we are such a sprawled out city. All right, so just a thought I thought I would share. I thought it was kind of an interesting thing, so thought I would share it. All right, thing number 5, guys. If you like surfing, you like riding the wave, you like deep sea fishing, all of that stuff, well, we don't have a beach here, guys. This may not actually be the place for you if that's something that you like to do like on a weekly basis. Now, something really cool though is that we have coasts like within 2 hours, guys. 2.5 hours you can be to Monterey Bay. There's like a famous Monterey Bay aquarium there, which is awesome. You can be at Pismo Beach within a couple of hours. Like there's a lot of coasts nearby to where you could still travel there, do your thing, come back here, and kind of get the best of both worlds aside from waking up to that sea breeze every day. So if you want to live at the beach, even though, this is considered the West Coast when we're looking at a countrywide scale, this is the West Coast. We are not at the beach, guys. I'm sorry. I wish we were. I wish they would just like put one in next door or something, but it's not happening. So, sorry guys. But like I said, there are coasts nearby, many of them. You can make a day trip, you can go stay for a couple of nights, it's not that expensive. So yeah, that's actually a fantastic thing about this area is that we've got so many beaches within, a couple of hours drive. So very cool, super convenient, and I think you'll love it. If you like eating the same thing every day, bland, no good, like not great tasting food at all, if you like boring stuff, where everything's the same, like, I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but look, this is not the way it is here. We have so many restaurants. We've got fine dining. We've got a walk up and order your stuff. We've got little hole in the walls that I have, little connections with that are fantastic that I'm happy to share with you guys. The food scene here is very diverse. We've got Indian food, Chinese food, Mexican food, Italian food, American food, a lot of fusion, We've got a lot of teppanyaki places where the chef cooks right in front of you. There's a lot of cool things here, guys, in terms of the food scene. So if you like to eat something different all the time, kind of like me, I get tired of the same old thing. It's fun to go out and try something new. My wife and I like to go out and try new things all the time. Kind of hard. We've got our little daughter, Sophie, she's 1.5 now. So she's actually been trying a lot of new things too, but not like Italian and Mexican and Chinese, like basic stuff for her, right? But if you like diverse food, this is a place you should consider. There's a lot of pho places around here if you like Thai food. It's crazy, a lot of places we can recommend. So let us know if you have questions on that. And let's move on to the next point. All right, the last point I want to talk about is the nightlife scene, guys. If you're coming from a big city, if you're coming from New York, you're coming from like the heart of San Francisco, something like that, if you said, hey, I'm from Los Angeles, I'm down for like skyscrapers and nightlife scenes and rooftop parties, stuff like that. It's a little more low-key than that here. I don't really know if there's anything like that. There's a couple of clubs downtown Fresno, a couple of cool spots up in North Fresno, but there's nothing that's going to emulate that scene. So if you're like a young, bachelor or something looking to like get out there on the town and, party it up or something, I guess you could still party, but I just don't think that we have that particular scene here. You're gonna come here, you're gonna feel like, okay, this is more suburban, it's more of a family vibe, a community vibe. Certainly there's pockets and exceptions to all of the stuff that I'm saying, but all in all, there's a lot of families, and a lot of the communities that we feature on this channel are actually very community, family-oriented places to be. So if you're coming from that type of place, looking for something like that here, it may not be the right thing for you. So just know that going in. If you have questions, we can set up a call, talk more about it. But I hope that these 7 items we talked about in this video today are helpful. Hopefully it jogs your mind to think about some things that maybe you haven't thought about before. All in all, I appreciate you guys watching the channel. Thank you so much. And if you are looking to relocate here, reach out to us. Otherwise, until next time.